AShinyObject.
Bandai Limited Movie Monster Series Godzilla Store exclusive video game version Bagan will be standing over 6 inches tall. Ridiculously long naming conventions aside, let's take a look at Bagan's tag. And for the most part, it's essentially just going to be a recolor of the original Bagan releases tag. But hey, oh, look at that. Video game version is going to be all 8-bitty or 16-bitty. Red and gold. Purple. Godzilla 2025. Godzilla Store exclusive Movie Monster Series. Side of the tag will be shaped out to the curvature of Bagan's tail. And a whole bunch of other stuff on the inside. And now you know it. You love it. You could probably live without it, but since this is a Godzilla Store exclusive, we have to double sleeve the video game boy. He's the one who wins. Bagan coming back and getting a variant based on his video game appearance in the Super Godzilla game for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System wasn't something I was expecting, even after we saw Super Godzilla get the confirmations. I know there's probably going to be a decent chunk of Super Godzilla fans out there basically saying, this ain't right, he was more of a brown, and I do see what you are saying. I absolutely do, because you're not wrong. And this guy did come off a bit more metallic-y red in some of the promo photos, and here he's kind of a dried, gravy-looking color. That's all I have to say on that matter. Yes, even in his new colorway iteration, Bagan remains one of the very best Movie Monster Series figures ever. The reddish-orange skin, the dark, nearly brownish-looking eyes, the two-tone colorway of the horns featuring metallic brown or just a darker gold, and a tan color, it's honestly quite genius. Bagan's little orbs where his spiritual aura wings would have come out of are now going to be this metallic gold, almost copper-looking, and it's going to be like down both sides, and I really like it. We're going to get the basic claw paint, that's going to follow on over to the toe paint. Dupe claws will be painted, and ooh boy, we do see some messy paint applications over here with his flesh bits. Dupe claws first though. Oh yeah, there is definitely going to be some dribble going on over here. Surprisingly enough, not so much on the opposite side though. Same, mostly, for over here. Yeah, I can't say the same over here, but I do like it. The underside of Bagan's thick neck is going to be looking around the same, as will the titties and the torso and the crotch and all the way and throughout the underside of the tail where, oh yes, they painted the tip of the tail. So basically, nearly everything the original did, this one's going to do. I do believe the original one needed a painted tip of the tail. It didn't have that, but it had damn near everything else, so I'm not going to complain about it. And then we get to the teeth slash mouth, where the teeth are actually all going to be painted black, but on the outward facing sides, they're all going to be painted white. And this is very, very awesome. The original released Bagan had more of a fleshier tone with yellow teeth. This guy is going straight up goth boy. Oh yeah, the underside of this horn's going to be painted too. Fire. So that's pretty much it in regards to paint. I mean, I was expecting this thing to look just as good as the original, and even though it doesn't vary too much in terms of color, I still quite dig it. The detail, once again, is going to be one of the... Oh, wow, I forgot about these golden spikes over here. And they'll be painted like that on the opposite side, too. Look at that paint dribble on his snoot. Thank God Bagan didn't get...
Droop snoot.
...in packaging, because, oh boy.
Droop snoot?
The snoot would droop.
The snoot drooped.
Now, as I was saying before I interrupted myself, the detail game on this figure is going to remain the absolute eye-catcher. Because while Bandai's detail game is always fantastic, something about these now 2 Bagan figures just do something to me. They make me want to praise and sing it loud, like Sunday morning mass or something like that. My God, my bro is swole. I guess he's got nothing better to do since all these appeared in were video games and then Godziban and then a whole bunch of things that never got made. And now toys. The backside of this figure is demonic looking. Something out of possibly Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil. Just less Darth Sidious Hell Dragon thing going. Moving into the tail, I don't believe there is any paint on the skin, but the original version of Bagan had something like this going on as well. It does look like it is shaded in between all of these wrinkly sackle bits on his tail. Not something you can really notice from up above, but turn it to the side and you can see. Whether that is paint or just how the figure was molded and sculpted and everything, I don't know, but damn. An impressive figure is an impressive figure, and I have nothing much else to say in that category, but wow. the closer I look at this thing and just see all those tiny, minute details, I lose myself a bit. Almost like I'm looking at Destroya. Except this is the baddie that didn't get destroyed by military intervention and Godzilla going thermonuclear Hot 1 Season 3. Nope, this guy was just destroyed by budgetary constraints and Toho being indecisive. Or something like that. Just look at all those wrinkles and the... Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that. I feel like I've seen this before. Beautiful, beautiful detail work. Bandai, once again, yet again, just killing it. Look at this guy. He's got shapes on the inside of his palms. This almost looks like a cubbyhole. That's where he hides his candy.
Are you sure about that?
And then we've got the twisted, gnarled, and knotted up titties that Bagan has. Now, as for the inside of the mouth, there is detail to be seen, such as a tongue and some, inner mouth looking details. And I do very much appreciate that detailage, even though it's really not something you're going to see unless you're looking for it. We need all jet black movie monster series figures a bit more often, I feel. Paint and detail, this guy is a dream. And the absolute stark contrast between the two Bagan figures, it almost makes everything worth it. Granted, I'm not saying the new video game color version is going to replace not having the original, but I love that they do vary so massively from one another. And yeah, that is to be expected when you go from gray to dried gravy stain, plus gravy underbelly-ish, and it really doesn't seem as if anything's really changed from one mold to the other. Although, video game Bagan is a tit taller. Not gonna do it. Size comparisons. Shokugan. Monster. Limited movie. Memorial box movie. Limited Saibatian movie. Premium Monster King. HG. Finger puppets. And now it's time for articulation where not too much has changed. There will be nothing at the head, full rotational at the arm, and of course, the other arm, full rotation at the leg, and the other leg, heck yeah, and then a full rotational at his ass, leading to exactly what you would think of movie monster series posability. Video game version Bagan can be summed up as, I'm glad it exists, and I may or may not get it. Me? I'm quite happy that I got it. I originally wanted to get that X Plus Bagan, but oh boy, budget. Hopefully, this means Bagan will be crossing over into other lines as owned by Bandai. Please? I've been Shinrobjira. Do so hope you all enjoyed. And when next we meet, I will be showcasing my one-eyed monster. Monkey. Peace. Hello? Hello, hello? Yeah, that's how I test my mic to see if it's working. Fuck off.